Tonight's homework is about students recognizing a digit represents 10 times the value to its right. So if we look at this first example, it says during the lesson, label and represent the product or quotient by drawing discs on a place value chart. So students are going to draw first 4 thousands. To do that, they need to label each place value. So remember, they can do it with the digit or the name. So they can write ones, or they can make it a 1. So first, students should do that, and they should know how to do this. Yesterday, we worked up to the thousands place. Today, we introduced the 10,000s place and the 100,000s place. For many students, they thought after 1,000 came 10,000 and then a million. The million only comes after the 100,000. So be sure students are naming those correctly. So this is the millions. This is the 100,000s. Okay, so what students are asked to do here is first draw 4,000. So they're going to use those place value discs again. Here's the thousands place, and they should draw 4 discs. For them to show something is 10 times larger, what they can do is they can draw 10 more. So if they drew 4 here, they could draw the 10 more using the dot. So 10 times 1 is 10, so they need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or what they can do instead of drawing all of those, they can circle these and show that moving them into the 10,000s place is actually 10 times more. When they do that, they're taking each thousand, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and they're multiplying by 10. When they do that, they are then represented 10 times more would be in the 10,000s place. So they would have not 4 thousands, but 4 10,000s, or a value of 40 thousands, or 40,000. So this 40,000 would represent if they drew the 10 under each. So it would be 10 here, then 20, then 30, then 40. So students should be able to do that. This is for multiply, and today we talked about how every time we multiply, it gets 10 times bigger. So 1's multiplied by 10 gets it into the tens place. Tens place multiplied by 10 moves it into the hundreds. Hundreds multiplied by 10 moves to the thousands. We just showed how 1,000 multiplied by 10 brings us to 10,000. 10,000 multiplied by 10, 100,000. 100,000 multiplied by 10, a million. But then you can see in B that we also learned about division. Division's the opposite operation, so when we divide, everything becomes a place smaller. So students should again label these place value charts, and then they're going to draw in the 4,000 again, but this time instead of multiplying by 10, they're going to divide by 10. Students should press pause and finish that problem, and then come and press play, and I'll explain how to do part 2. Part 2 is talking about solving these same expressions without using the place value chart as support, and then writing them in unit form. So they should imagine what 3 tens looks like on the place value chart, 3 discs in the tens place. If we multiply it by 10, it gets 10 times bigger. So thinking in their mind, 3 tens is 30. Times 10, our new number should be 300. So the unit form is the digit and then the place. So they have 300s. The standard form is how we write numbers, the standard form. So doing the same thing here, starting with 500 times 10, solving for that, thinking again, they can use the place value chart to help them. And down here, 7,000s times 10. Again, thinking about how that moves in the place value chart. Here, they're going to move through division, going to the smaller place value. So if we take 9 10,000s and we divide, we're going to move to the right one place. So students should still use the place value chart to support their thinking there. On the back, they're going to solve for each of these in unit form and standard form. So what I would do is have the students think about how 10, 2 tens gets 10 times larger. Where should that move to? And 1 getting 10 times larger. So 2 tens times 10 would give me 2 hundreds. 1 1 times 10 would give me 110. So I would show that by saying I have 2 hundreds and I have 110. Or if I know what 200 plus 110 will be 210. So students again are going to think about each component times 10. So thinking about 500 times 10, 5 tens times 10. Same thing here, thinking of each unit divided by 10. They may want to draw their own place value chart to solve that. Okay, problem 4, their students are going to write a number model for each of these. So students see the amount, so they should read the problem, underline any key information that they need, and then write a number model. So if I were to read number 4, I see that she's collecting $950, and that her troop, though, collects 10 times as much. And to figure out how much her troop made, what do we need to do? Well, I see what Emily raised. I know that her troop collected 10 times as much, and that's going to be how much the troop has raised. So students should find out how much Emily made, put that number here, multiply that by 10, and then solve for how much the troop made. Okay? And then it says on Saturday, Emily made 10 times as much on Monday. So again, using what she made up here, thinking about 10 times as much for her Monday collection, and then figuring that out.